Qualifiers Kelleher has been close to sensational, if not sensational, for Liverpool in his absence.
Kelleher showed that he can be the #1 for Liverpool as well. I believe it's created a healthy competition between Kelleher and Alisson.
This is how good they're at the top of the Premier League, 4 points ahead of second place Chelsea with a game in hand. They're in the third round of the FA Cup as well, where they'll take on the League 2 side, Accrington Stanley. In terms of the Carabao Cup, they've got a draw against the bottom of the Premier League, Southampton, away at St Mary's. And in the Champions League, as we mentioned, they are in the top spot. It looking like, Nico, maybe the quadruple could be a really good possibility.
Yeah, it's definitely intact, Poppy. And listen, a lot of the talk, guys, has been about Salah's contract negotiations, Van Dijk, Trent Alexander-Arnold. But the reality is that this team, despite all that, is cooking on all fronts, right? But there's been kind of an unsung hero, because in the off-season, the 6th position, Nige, was a debate. Who are they going to bring in? Who are they going to bring in? And this man found somebody within the squad, Ryan Gravenberch, and has really revitalized his role at Liverpool.
Yeah, he's transformed him completely, Arne Slot, and it is fantastic to see. When you talk about Gravenberch and how he's playing now, he's playing like a top-class midfielder. And this is one great clip here. When you look at him there, getting the ball in that midfield area, most midfielders are taught, play the way that you're facing. So if you're getting it from a centre-back, the simple thing would be play it back, but no, he takes it on the back foot, turns and drives. And when a player's driving in that midfield, it's one of the hardest things to defend against, because he's not driving and relying on pure athleticism. It's driving, what we say, from a footballer. This here is great arrogance and belief. He gets the ball, comfortable under pressure, sees the two players, knocks it, says, I'm better than you, and I'm going to get there. Continues to drive, and when he does that, he makes the defenders always have to go back, and he takes his team forward. Comes there to support Diaz, doesn't quite get it. But that kind of dynamic there creates attacking opportunities for Liverpool. And here's another one here, where he's always looking over his shoulders, looking again, gets in there, back foot control. 2 players there. Other midfielders will go straight back, but he turns, he drives. Great feet work there and plays it out wide. This is what we talk about football players. Some people rely on athleticism. He's athletically gifted, but he's also a very talented, intelligent football player. He's showing all types of great attributes that the best midfielders have. The ability to get the ball in tight areas, willing to drive and engage players, and when you do that, you break lines and you create opportunities for teammates.
Terrell, what's so important about that position and bringing several dimensions to that role?
Well, when you play, depending on which team you play for, you think, okay, that number 6 position, you sit and you hold, right? That's what it is. You're the playmaker, you're the orchestrator in the team. But with this Liverpool, it's a little bit different, and that's why I think Nige shows the clips of him being able to transition well, too. Because if you're a 6, you can't just sit in there for Liverpool because of how good they are in transition. For me, when I watch Liverpool play, it's so difficult because you look at them. If you were a manager, opposing manager, you say, okay, how do I play against them? There's no answer how you play. If you sit in, they pummel you with crosses and little play and wing-back play and come in. They have the talent to beat you. If you press them, you're dead. That's their bread and butter. If you try to play possession like Girona will today, I think they love that. They did that against Man City. The first 60 minutes, Man City couldn't breathe. They just lived off of picking the balls up and going so fast. And that's why I say Girona's going to be the air mass today, because Arne Slot didn't reinvent football. This Liverpool side didn't reinvent football. But what they did is they raise the level and the speed of everything they do.
And then when you have a midfielder like that, it changes the dynamic. Like you said, I look at Gravenberch to say he's a box-to-box midfielder, and that's what he's been doing for Arne Slot. He's got the ability to be defensively minded, to read danger, break up play. But when you've got that ability and not just pass it to someone else to take it, and you can carry it yourself, that makes it easier for your attacking players just to make runs as well. Then defensively, you've got so many problems to worry about than just one. So he's transformed it with great football intelligence, and credit to Arne Slot, because he's gone there. We're seeing a complete different Gravenberch than we did under Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah, he's been absolutely sensational. One more note, Alisson is back in net, coming back from his injury, but Qualifiers Kelleher has been close to sensational, if not sensational, for Liverpool in his absence.
Kelleher showed that he can be the #1 for Liverpool as well. I believe it's created a healthy competition between Kelleher and Alisson, that he could start a game and there'll be no worries throughout the team, even from his teammates, from Van Dijk. They have so much belief in him. For Liverpool now, it's going to be a worry, can they keep him? Because there'll be other teams who would need a goalkeeper of his quality. He's absolutely been sensational.
For me, second goalkeepers, in my experience in my career, were always the best guys for a night out, whenever you wanted to go for a drink, whenever you want to hang out. There's something so chill about them because they know, all right, well, I'm not going to be the number one for quite a while. This guy doesn't have that mentality at all. Everything he does is like a number one. So to have him as a number two or 1.5, whatever you want to call it, is a really nice luxury for Liverpool.
Look at some of the great teams in Europe right now. Manchester City with a good backup goalkeeper and Real Madrid with a good backup goalkeeper. Listen, not too many teams have been able to beat this Liverpool. Only one. That's Nottingham Forest, Poppy.
Who are they?
Oh, Nico, I love you for that.
Tossing some flowers over there.
Blind squirrel found the nut, Poppy.